Axé família, bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. Wherever you're listening from, this is Mestre Sucuri coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. And welcome to episode number 107 of Mestre Vibes. Today I want to speak about something that is very close to my heart. It's an idea that has been growing inside of me as I write books, share podcasts, lead rodas, prepare events, and continue to guide our community. And that idea is this. Capoeira is not just a martial art, not just training, not just teaching. It's a living movement. It is alive in the roda, but also alive in the books we write, in the music we compose, in the journeys we make, and in the way we live our daily lives. Capoeira is not only what we do, it is who we are. When people see me teaching capoeira in the academia, they think that is my work. But the truth is my capoeira never stops when the class ends or when the roda is over. Outside of class, I am constantly creating, writing new books, recording podcasts like this one, producing music, leading rodas, organizing batizados, mentoring students, and preparing lessons for the future. And I don't do this just to stay busy. I do this because capoeira itself demands expression. It flows through me and through you. It wants to be sung, it wants to be written, it wants to be played. This is why I call capoeira a living movement, because it refuses to be static. It grows, it transforms, it invites us to create new forms while always remembering the old ones. Let me share a song here, because today I'm going to be sharing a few lyrics from the music that I've written over the years. First will be from Capoeira Zoador V.1, Depoimento. Depoimento means statement, like the statement you give when you give to the judge, or the statement you give when you give to the police. So it's a very powerful word, and it comes up in old capoeira ladainha. So I wanted to call my first CD Depoimento because it was my statement as a capoeira mestre. In Portuguese, the song says, Quando Deus criou o mundo, terminou tudo em 6 dias. Ele deu talento ao homem para ficar na maestria. And if you're remembering that this is also the first lesson that we did in Portuguese through capoeira lyrics. The translation is, when God created the world, he finished everything in 6 days. He gave talent to humanity to live in mastery. This lyric is so powerful. It reminds us that creation itself is divine, and that mastery is not just about fighting or winning. It's about using the gifts we were given. In this way, capoeira is not only a fight of survival, but also an act of creation. Every ginga, every toque, every lyric is a reminder that we were designed to express life through rhythm, through energy, through joy. When our ancestors played capoeira in secret under the eyes of slavery, it was not just to train for survival. It was also to create joy, to make community, to dance when dancing was forbidden, to sing when silence was demanded. Creation itself was resistance, and it still is. When I write a book about capoeira, when I record a podcast like this, when I organize an event for our community, I'm not just adding to my workload, I am continuing the act of creation. I am saying capoeira is alive. Let me share another song that I was thinking about a lot this week. The song is called Sol Nascente, from the second track on Depoimento. Escute bem, meu amigo, que cantiga tem valor. Toda coisa que eu faço com muito amor. Listen well, my friend. Every song has value. Everything I do with great love. The lyric is so simple, but so deep. Every song has value. Every act has value. Every movement has a purpose and intent. What matters is that it's done with love. This is how capoeira becomes a living movement. It is not just the big rodas or the famous mestres, it's the small things, the way we greet each other, the way we sing, the way we create something with care and love. I also want to share from the same song, Inspiração não vem do pensamento, vem do coração, vem da alma, do espírito, vem da tradição. Inspiration does not come from the mind, it comes from the heart. It comes from the soul, the spirit. It comes from tradition. This is the secret of capoeira creation. Inspiration doesn't come from planning or calculating. It comes from the heart, the soul, the spirit, and from tradition, not from copying. When I sit down to write, I don't start with a business plan. I start with a memory, a feeling, a song I heard in the roda, a story my mestre or one of the old mestres told me. That tradition moves through me, and from there, new things are born. This is why I say capoeira is alive, because it keeps speaking, it keeps creating, it keeps inspiring. Not long ago, I woke up at 5:30 in the morning with a strange sense of peace in my heart. It was quiet outside, Tokyo still asleep, and the calm I felt inspired me, not by my thoughts, but by my feelings. That day, I wrote for hours, I prepared lessons, I composed music, and by the end of the day, I realized that this is the rhythm of my life. Capoeira gives me energy to create. Creation gives me energy to keep capoeira alive. Quando cheguei nesta terra, não tinha nada para falar. Não conseguia uma palavra para poder me expressar. When I arrived in this land, I had nothing to say. I couldn't speak a single word to express myself. This is powerful because it speaks of the immigrant in me, the person who came to Japan and created a life, a community, and a capoeira group. The outsider, the enslaved African arriving in Brazil without a voice, without power. Yet through capoeira, expression was found, and these lyrics communicate that better than anything else I can imagine. Fiquei ensinando muito para eu poder melhorar essa arte de escravo que no mundo vou espalhar. I kept teaching myself a lot so I could get better this art of the slave that I will spread throughout the world. This is resilience. To take something born from pain and transform it into art, community, joy, and now global culture. Like the old capoeira song says, if it wasn't for slavery, if it wasn't for the suffering or the pain, we wouldn't have the beauty of capoeira. Capoeira as a living movement carries both energies. The joy of creation expressed in songs like O Sol Nascente and Inspiração on Depoimento CD. By the way, you can check that out on Spotify or iTunes or YouTube channel, Mestre Sucuri. Don't forget that if you're checking out my Mestre Sucuri channel on YouTube, to like and subscribe. Also for my Instagram. The second thing is the resilience of struggle expressed in Quando Cheguei Nesta Terra. What it is to plant the seeds of capoeira in somewhere so foreign, so removed from Brazilian culture like Japan or in Asia. But we need both. We need the joy of creation. We need the resilience of the struggle. Because creation without resilience is fragile, and resilience without creation can become only survival. Capoeira teaches us to join them, to endure and to create, to resist and to celebrate, to remember and to imagine. Guys, this week, I want you guys to think about a few things, keep it in mind, and if you want to, go ahead and comment on this link here and let me know what you think. Outside of the roda, how do you let capoeira inspire you in your daily life? I know I do. It inspires me and moves me, gives me all the power and energy that I need to move forward. What kind of creation, music, art, writing, teaching, or even small acts of joy can you offer as part of this living movement of capoeira? What do you do that you add to Capoeira? When you face struggle, how can you let Capoeira's resilience give you strength to keep you going? I know for me, the lyrics, the profound lyrics of the philosophy and spirituality of Capoeira always help me to be stronger, because it always reminds me, if anything, Capoeira reminds me that the basic point of Capoeira is our history of slavery and struggle, that my life is never that bad as the people who suffered so that I could have Capoeira. Family, Capoeira is always alive because we keep it alive through songs of joy and songs of struggle, through rodas, through books, through community. We continue with this living movement together. Guys, thank you always for walking this path of Capoeira with me, for always being part of my journey, and for always listening and supporting here. If you're not on Mestre Vibes, jump on. All the support goes directly to everything I create and everything I do. Mestre Vibes, episode 107, Mestre Sucuri, Tokyo, Japan.